Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to your first Math 7 flipped classroom video. As we talked about, your homework every night will consist of watching these videos and taking notes off of them, and then doing a few sample problems, and then we'll come in tomorrow and we'll discuss what you learned, and then we'll do some classwork to make sure you understand everything there is. With most of the lessons, we'll do 2 days on them. So the video will be for the first day, and the second day there won't be any video for. So you really have homework almost every other night. There's a few times you'll have it every night. But this is our first one. You should be taking these notes, copying them down into a spiral notebook. So you're going to want to have some kind of spiral notebook to set this up in. To do that, I want to show you how I would like you to set up your spiral notebook. Let's begin with the first page. You've got that cardboard cover on the notebook. Go ahead and open that up. And on the first page, the first piece of paper there, write your name, which would be your first name and your last name. Beneath it, write Math 7. And then underneath that, put the period number that you're in so that I know if you leave it in the class, I can get it back to you, or I know what period it belongs to. Now, go ahead and flip to the next page. Now, if I'm going too fast for you, go ahead and pause the video and finish up what we just did, and then you can move on to the next part. Because on the next page is where we're going to take our notes. And these notes are for the first section, and this is section 1-1, and the title is rates. And you'll always do that on the top of your page. You will always title it with the section number and with the title of the section, which in this case is rates. And as I said, I want you to copy everything that I write here, you're going to copy down so that you have that. For example, first thing we're going to write down. A rate is a ratio that compares two quantities with different kinds of units. So a rate is a ratio. Now hopefully you remember what a ratio is from 6th grade, but a rate is a ratio that compares two quantities with two different kinds of units. For example, if I wrote this, the rate would be 160 beats in 2 minutes. That would be the rate. 160 beats in 2 minutes. Now sometimes I'm going to ask you to write it as a unit rate. A unit rate is a rate, obviously, is a rate that has a denominator of 1. So let's take our rate that we just talked about. If the rate was 160 beats in 2 minutes. Then to find the unit rate, I want to make the denominator 0. So to make the not 0, sorry, to make the denominator 1. To make the denominator 1, I'm going to take 2 and I'm going to end up dividing that by 2. So what I get is 1 minute. But if I divide the denominator by 2, then I better also divide the numerator by 2. Because whatever I do on the bottom, I have to do on the top. 160 beats divided by 2 gives me 80 beats. So the unit rate in this case is 180 beats in 1 minute, or 80 beats per minute. Okay, so I want you to try this problem. What is the rate and unit rate? So I want you to tell me what is the rate, and I want you to tell me what is the unit rate. If I said 24 miles, so let's say I could drive 24 miles in 4 hours. Yes, I drive very slow, or I'm on the 405 freeway during rush hour traffic. 24 miles in 4 hours. Pause the video, write the rate, then write the unit rate. All right, let's see if you did that correctly. If you did it correctly, you would have said the rate is 24 miles per 4 hours. That's my rate. It's the ratio of miles per hour. 24 miles in 4 hours. To find the unit rate, you should have divided the bottom by 4, which would have meant dividing the top by 4 as well. So I would have gotten, let's see, 24 divided by 4 gives me 6 miles per 1 hour, or 6 miles per hour. That's one way I could write it. I could write it 6 miles per hour. That would be another way I could write it. So that is the unit rate. How many of you got that right? Good. Glad to hear that. All right. Let's try this one. Find the unit price. I want you to find the unit price if it costs $2 for 8 juice boxes. Find the unit price if it costs $2 for 8 juice boxes. Pause the video and try this on your own. Hopefully, you were able to set it up first the right way. Because I want unit price, money is going to have to be on top. And it does say $2 for 8 juice boxes, so that would be $2 for every 8 boxes. So $2 over 8 boxes would be my rate. If I want to find the unit price or the unit rate, I want the denominator to be 1, so I'll divide that by 8, which means I'll also divide the numerator by 8. 8 boxes divided by 8, well, that's just 1 box. $2 divided by 8 actually comes out to be 25 cents. So what I end up with is 25 cents per box. How many of you got that one right? Good. Glad to see that you're getting these correct. So, to finish today's video, I'm going to give you a problem, but this time I'm not going to give you the answer to it. We're going to keep this one very simple, and I'm going to ask you for the answer in class, in our next class meeting. So make sure you do this because I'm going to be walking around and looking to see what answers you came up with. The problem is this. Find the unit price if a 4-pack of mixed fruit sells for $2.12. Find the unit price if a 4-pack of mixed fruit sells for $2.12. Try this on your own. Bring the answer to class tomorrow. And we'll see you then. Have a great rest of your night.